Good evening, everybody. It's KB5MIQ, Big Boy. Gonna chat a little bit today about a tool I use some. And first, got on 17 meters this afternoon, made two Slovenia contacts. Uh, Good 5.9 signal on both of them. Got on my old 701 on 10 meters. Where made a couple Brazil contacts on it. I really like working 10 on that old radio. Kind of reminds me of my novice tech days. One of my earlier videos, we talked about different tools you may want to keep in your shack. Well, we're going to talk about soldering irons in particular today, the different types and whether you need one or not, and things like that. Yeah, uh, it wouldn't hurt to have soldering iron. You know, when I first got into this hobby, every piece of coax I had, AWD5HKV and W5MAS, both helped me get started in this. I believe it was HKV that showed me how to solder PL259s on RG8X. And that's what he used. That's what I still use. And we never bought made up coax. We always bought bulk coax, cut it the way we wanted, put our own ends on it. I still use a lot of it. So that was largely for the ham radio I did a lot of. Did a little antenna work on occasion, not much. It's kind of funny. When Jeff first got into this hobby as a teenager in the 70s, I would say he's built several different kit radios. I think the last kit he built was a Heathkit HW101 HF rig. But one of his first kits he built, he didn't have a soldering iron. And like in the 70s, all of us didn't have any money. But he had a wood burning kit. So he used a wood burning pencil as a soldering iron. And it worked just fine. So he had good luck with it. Don't recommend it now, but when I got into the hobby, Radio Shack was still big around here, and I used several of them old $7 or $8 Radio Shack single temperature pencil irons. What I used for years. Several years later, I moved into another job for a number of years at the depot where I used a soldering iron almost daily. And we had Weller soldering irons, and I actually got the opportunity to be Army certified in soldering. Made attend a 40-hour week, 40-hour class on it. So I used a soldering iron a good bit. My particular job, though, wasn't circuit board soldering. It was mostly wire connection, repairing wiring harnesses, and stuff like that. So now W5DLX, Cody, and WD5HKV got the same soldering station, and they got it off Amazon. And it's a, let me pull it back up here. Hakko, Hakko, and I'm going to plug some pictures in at the end of this of their setup. FX88D, digital soldering station, variable temperature, $105, Amazon Prime. They both swear by them. They're really good soldering irons. The setup I've got, I'm going to flip this camera around just a minute and show you, is a Weller station. I've got a Weller variable station, and I also have a Weller butane pencil. I'm an old gun trader. I was out at Dallas Gun Show years ago, and old boy had a bunch of junk on the table. And I'm watching Supply Seas. I'm having camera trouble. It's hitting maximum recording time, and I don't know what I've done wrong. His out there at the gun show, hey, I'm Radio Cat. They's letting everybody in these gun shows selling everything, and I made a deal on this Weller soldering stuff I'm fixing to show you in just a minute. I've also got a Harbor Freight Helping Hands and an old Harbor Freight bench vise. Makes it real good to hold stuff while you're trying to solder with it. So let's see what we can show that to you right quick. Excuse my junky bench. This is a Helping Hands little setup. Different clamps, magnifying glass. This is a little suction bench vise. I just set it on the bench and stick the cable in it. This is the Weller butane soldering iron, Pro Pyro Pen. It also has some attachments you can get where you can actually use a little heat gun for heat shrink. And that's a Weller variable soldering station, sponge, tip wrench, extra tip. Works real good. For what I use it for. It's a real good soldering setup. I highly recommend getting you some kind of little bench vise or something to hold it, help you hold, especially putting on cables. Good soldering station come in handy for household projects and all kinds of stuff. I know my old hunting truck, Dodge pickup I bought brand new, the blower fan quit working on anything but high. The old boy told me it had this resistor down in the air box you could reach from inside the cab. Well, I went priced one, it was like $60, and I just wouldn't pay it. But I looked at the new one, I pulled mine out, and it had three little old taps, brass copper strap taps on it. One of them come unsoldered. Brought it in, resoldered it, put it back in, still working today in my pickup. So, good soldering station is well worth having in your shack for working on anything. Antenna building, if you want to build your own cabling up, the whole 9 yards. It's a good thing to have around. Doesn't have to be an expensive one. In fact, Jeff's got a picture I'm going to put on here of one of the Harbor Freight pencil irons. I think they're about $10. Don't break the bank. It's like we say on radios and everything. This phone's driving me nuts. We really enjoy making these videos. I appreciate everybody subscribed to the channel. We're on 416 now on subscribers. Remember, Main Trading Company in Paris, Texas. Great ham radio operation to buy stuff from. Your club pages, 4 States Amateur Radio, Shreveport Amateur Radio, Cowtown and Dallas Amateur Radio, all on Facebook. Other Facebook pages, Ham Radio Flea Market Trading Post, Texas Amateur Ham Radio, Amateur Radio Elmer's, Ham Radio 2.0, all good avenues to get information on. Our 10-meter round table, Monday, Tuesdays, Thursday, Friday nights, 28,450 or up, 7:30 Central Standard Time. If you hear us, please check in. KB5MIQ is my call sign. My email's on my QRZ page. I appreciate everybody who enjoys us and likes, supports the channel. It's KB5MIQ, Big Boy 73.